This is what proper falling in should look like. The first element leader will fall in first off the guide and execute an immediate dress-right dress to establish proper line spacing, and then each element leader, after, will visually fall in 40 inches behind the element leader in front of them. Common mistakes are
poor line spacing, horrendous column spacing, improper number of elements. A flight should have between 2 and 4 elements, though it's common in AFROTC ROTC to have 3 elements. Aligning off the guide wrong. This is terrible. The guide should be to the right of the first element leader, not in front.
When falling out, the flight must be in line formation, at attention. Common mistakes are
trying to fall the flight out in column formation or a formation other than line formation. If in column formation, a left face must first be given to put the flight back at line formation so they may fall out. A common misconception is that there is a standard protocol after the command of fall out. Once the command is given, the only requirement is that they must remain in the immediate area, unlike when dismissed is given, in which they may leave the area.
In this segment, we will be going over the proper way to execute a flanking movement. A flanking movement is a way to change the direction a flight is marching. There, you can do either a left flank or a right flank.
You can call a flanking movement from any formation. Here we start in column formation. If calling a right flank, the command is given on the right foot. If calling a left flank, the command is given on the left foot. Easy.
Forward, halt. Right flank, halt.
Everyone in the flight executes the movement at the same time and pivots 90 degrees in the direction that the command is called. So, for example, if the flight commander calls a right flank, everyone in the flight would pivot 90 degrees to the right. And if the flight commander calls a left flank, everyone on the flight would pivot 90 degrees to the left.
Forward, halt. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right flank, halt.
This is why it's really important to pay attention to the command. You don't want to be that one cadet crashing into someone.
Here's a better look at what every cadet is doing during this movement.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right flank, halt. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Pay close attention to the cadets' feet as they pivot, and also observe how they pin their arms as they pivot. No helicopters. Make certain to call the command on the correct foot.
The next worst thing to crashing into someone is accidentally smacking them because you forgot to pin your arms.
1, 2, 3, 4. Right flank, halt.
Now that being said, let's watch the whole flight one more time so we can see what it looks like when everybody does their job in performing a flanking movement. This is going to be awesome.
Forward, halt. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Left flank, halt. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Saving the best for last, column movements. Column movements are used to turn the flight different directions, like a great big snake. Here we will cover column left and column right with 3 elements. The column right movement looks like this.
Column right, halt. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Note that for a column right command, the command is called on the right foot. The element leaders are the most important part of the movement. Everyone else simply plays follow the leader and does what the person in front of them did. Let's start with the third element leader. The third element leader steps with their left foot and pivots on the ball of their right foot 90 degrees and takes one full step and assumes half steps.
The second element leader takes one step with their left foot, pivots 45 degrees on the ball of their left foot, takes one step with their right foot, then one step with their left foot, and pivots 45 degrees on the ball of their left foot. Then they take one step with their right foot and resumes to half steps. The third element takes one step with their left foot and then pivots 45 degrees on the ball of their left. Takes 3 steps, pivots 45 degrees on the ball of their left foot, takes 1 step with their right foot, and assumes half steps.
Lastly, the flight commander calls a forward march. Altogether, it should look like this.
Call, right? Hot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Forward. Hot. 5, 4.
A column left is the exact same, except it is called on the left foot, and the first and third element leaders trade roles. Some common mistakes are calling the command on the incorrect foot, causing mass tripping and chaos. Not pinning arms when pivoting,
Call left. Hot.
talking the incorrect number of steps, not going to half step, and forgetting to call forward march. Don't do this.
This video brought to you by Coop,
And Wallig!
with help from Alpha Flight,
Woot woot!
and, of course, Honor Guard.